How's it going, YouTube? I got a 2010 Dodge Ram in the shop today, but I believe this will work from like a 2010 to like a 2017 or 18. It's pretty much the same door panel for all of them. This is a 1500. The 2500 might be a little bit different, but for the most part, these fourth generation Dodges are pretty much the same. They're pretty easy to take off. I'll go ahead and show you guys how to take it off, and kind of the difficult part is going to be actually reapplying the door panel, which I'll kind of show you guys once we get it off. But first things first, I always roll down the driver window. And like always, we are using our plastic tool, so we'll go ahead and pop off our triangular piece up top. And then also we'll go ahead and pop our driver window switch. Kind of just get in the corner of the bottom. So I just start off in this corner right here, propped it up. And you also have a little screw behind the handle. So we'll go ahead and take that off. So we got the screw out. All around the door panel, you have these little T15 star bits all along the border of the door panel. Now, if you're window tinting, all you have to do to if you're bottom loading window tinting, all you have to do is pop out this star bit, the screw behind the door handle, and this star bit, and it gives you enough room to go ahead and pull out the window sill, so we'll go ahead and do that now. So we got the screws out. This is all they really are, just a little T15 screw, a little washer, and a little locking mechanism on the backhand side. A lot of times the screw will come out, but not the actual female piece on the inside of the door panel. So you have to take the screw out and sometimes pull on the door panel and pop off that female piece. Okay, now that we got the top two T15s out, the screw behind the door handle out, and our triangle piece off, you kind of just pull this door panel back. It'll pop, and it'll give you just enough room. It's kind of hard with one hand, but you guys kind of get the gist. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you guys kind of see you can do it all without pulling off the entire door panel. So just slide it out, and now you can bottom load if you window tint with just pulling out the T15 screw and the other T15. So now we're gonna finish with the rest of the door panel. Go ahead and take out the rest of the T15 surrounding the door panel. Now that all the T15 star bits are out, we're gonna move up top to our window switch. It just has one clip on the back. Shove that down in there. And now to actually take the door panel off, you have these little elbows that come out and actually latch onto the frame itself. So what I always do is kind of start from the bottom and just push up on these door panels, and they should slide right off those elbows. Oh, that one came off actually pretty easy. Never goes that easy. Okay, so when you get to this point, you have three things that are kind of going to want to catch. You have your wiring harness, kind of tuck that down in there. Behind the door panel, don't leave it inside. Your door handle, you kind of have to pull out and work its way. And then you also have your lock mechanism on the back. So go ahead and put it down to the lock. That'll kind of help you out. So like I said, kind of pay attention to three things all at once. So we've got the lock out of the way. And you also have to pick up at the same time. And I jinxed myself, I said it was easy. There it goes. Alright, so same thing. Just make sure you tuck the door handle in. Make sure you don't grab onto the wiring harness when you pop the door panel. And make sure if this is unlocked, you'll actually, see, so this is locked. So you want it locked because it's down lower. Don't leave it unlocked, because when you take the door panel off, you'll bend this back and sometimes break these. So just put it in the lock position. Just don't lock yourself out of the truck, obviously. But just lock it, kind of gives you a little bit more extra room. Make sure you're not pulling on the door panel with this door handle in. You kind of have to bring it out and then work its way through there. And once again, don't have the wiring harness catch on the inside. So you have these little slots right here. So that's why you actually have to lift up on the door panel, because you have these little, I call them elbows, there's probably a technical term for them, but you have a ton of them on these Dodge door panels. So that is why you have to lift up and you can't pull out on the door panels, because you have this that actually has to pull up and out, and they're in these slots. So that's the tricky part. So the easy part is getting the door panel off. Sometimes the tricky part is getting the door panel back on. So what I usually do is whenever, I'm not gonna reattach this one because I actually do have to tint the window on this. So whenever you go to put this back on, just make sure you start from the bottom and kind of just work your way up, and then get to the top, put your lock in, driver door handle, and your wiring harness. And that is how you take off a door panel on a 2010 Dodge Ram 1500.